Before we start, I would like you to imagine a backpack you are carrying. Every expectations, your work schedule, your projects to be completed, deadlines, assignments are like heavy stones dropped into that backpack. The weight of which you don't realize earlier, but as time progresses, that backpack starts to gain more heavier and heavier. And still, you convince yourself, nah, it's just a matter of time. If I achieve my objective, if I just run through it, and it'll all be fine. Eventually, what happens is that you get crushed under the weight of your backpack because now your shoulders will not be able to carry it. Your mind, your body, all has given up. You are completely exhausted. That is exactly what burnout is, my friend, caused by the massive amount of stress you are carrying in your backpack. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Gurshaan Singh, and today I'll be talking about stress, burnouts, and how we can work more efficiently. So, let's be honest, when was the last time you were truly relaxed? No, I'm not talking about scrolling through Instagram reels or watching Netflix, no. I mean generally switching everything off, just relaxing, not having a single negative thought in your head or not about worrying about anything else. I guess very rarely. But the question is, why is that? Why do we always ignore the sign of burnout or stress? The truth is that in today's life, we all have become too busy. We all have notifications running up, deadlines to be completed, objectives to be completed, tasks to be completed. And in this race, we often forget about our mental health. Because of course, we do not want to lag behind. We need to focus on this thing. So, what can we do? Stop working? No, that's not what I'm telling. Start managing your time. Over the time, I've realized that managing stress is not about only managing time. It's about managing efficiency. How much efforts you're willing to put in a work. So once you have understand how to perform a work in a proper way, this way you can reduce the stress. So how can we do it? Start with very simple. Start saying no. Now, I'm not saying no is very easy. Of course, we cannot say no to everyone. We cannot say no to our bosses, or we don't want to disappoint our relatives. No, that's not the thing. And neither am I saying that we need to say no to our work. Of course, we all need to work. We all have certain duties. We all have certain tasks which we need to do. Yes. I'm telling you to say no to the unnecessary things, unnecessary tasks, unnecessary burdens you all are carrying in your backpack. Start prioritizing what actually needs, what actually moves the needle. Once you are able to differentiate between what is necessary and what is unnecessary, this way you will be able to manage stress. Start saying no to the unnecessary burden, which has nothing to do with your life, that are just going to increase the weight of your backpack. Do you know that 80% of our work needs just 20% of our efforts? Just think about it. Among all the to-do list, only few of them actually make sense. Others, they are just unnecessary backpack, unnecessary weight, which are just increasing your backpack. So why are you carrying them? Just remove them. Focus on what is actually important, what actually moves the needle for you, what is actually needed for you right now. Stop thinking about the other things which are just going to drag you backwards. Start understanding. Use your 20% efforts to produce 80% of your thing. Let's see it like this. We all have our mobile phones. We have notifications buzzing up every single day. Do we see every notification? No. We only see that notification, that messages that actually matter to us. Message from our work, message from our family. We do not see the unnecessary messages, message from Amazon, or this is coming, no, we ignore them. So this way, start ignoring the things that are just increasing the storage, not on your mobile phone, on your shoulders. Start prioritizing your work, what is actually necessary for you. Now, let's talk about multitasking. How many of us over here believe that we are good multitaskers? I think many of us think that we can do everything. Because yes, we do not want to underburden ourselves. We always want to work under pressure, right? We believe ourselves like we are some kind of super beings, and we can do this thing also, we can do that thing also, we can be available everywhere. But the truth is, you cannot do that. This is life, not some fiction movie. You do not have 50 arms on your shoulders that you can grab everything you can. That's not simply possible. Let me tell you this with an example, which we often face, Last night, I was watching a Netflix series, and it was climax coming up. And my friend texted me regarding something, and I picked up my phone and I started texting me back, only to realize I had wasted 15 minutes reading that same message, and in the meantime, I had skipped the climax. I had to rewatch it. And often, this thing happened with us. Whenever we are watching a TV or we are watching any kind of series, if someone calls us, what do? We pause it. Because we cannot focus on two things. Our brain cannot focus on two things or three things continuously. That's the thing which we all need to understand. We are human beings, not human doings who can do everything all together. If you start doing everything all together, what will happen? You will ruin everything. But if you focus on one thing, then you will be able to achieve something. Steve Jobs, when he joined Apple, he saw that Apple had 300 and 400 products in its line, and it needed innovation. So what he did, he said no to the unnecessary products. He said, not 400, I'm going to focus on 10 right now. He used all his knowledge, all his power, all his innovative skills to innovate those 10 products, one of which was an iPhone, which we all are using, which revolutionized the technology. And that's how Apple became the leading innovative technological company. So we can learn from this that we must focus on one thing instead of focusing on everything altogether, because we cannot do everything altogether. Next thing is, this is my favorite thing, which we often ignore, is rest. So if someone says, I'm resting, we often say, nah, that person is lazy. What is that person doing? Well, because that is what we have been conditioned to believe. How to achieve success? Work continuously, work 9 to 10 hours a day, sleep less, eat less, and then one day you will be successful. Let's say you achieve success that one day, if that happened. But for that one day, you have ruined your mental health, you have ruined your relationship, you've ruined your friendship, you've ruined your body. Then ask yourself, was that sacrifice worth what I have achieved? I would have achieved that anyway if I would have balanced them completely. Balance, that's the thing which we all need to do. Balance between our work life and our real life. Once we're able to do that, then we can manage stress and work more efficiently. And it's high time we realize that taking rest or sleeping or relaxing is not any kind of luxury we are doing. Because people think that if you are resting, you are wasting time. But that's not it. Let's see it like this. We use all our mobile phones in everyday activity. A mobile phone which is meant to work. What do you do at night? You put it on charging. And when it's 100% charged, you use it the whole day. Just think of it, one day you have not charged it. It's 40% charged. Can that phone battery last for 100%? When a device which is meant to do work cannot last 100% from 40%, then how can you think, if you have not charged yourself, how can you last till 100%? It's high time we start taking care of ourselves also. Work, yes, it is important, but our self also is a priority which we all need to do. We must not be busy that much in work that we are not taking care of ourselves. What is the point of being successful if your mind is not working? You do not have good fitness, you are there in the bed, you're not able to do anything, you have ruined everything, you've ruined your relationships. Then what's the point? There's no point. Let me say it like this, let me tell you a story. There is a great person, a pop star named Singh. I hope everyone knows about him. Back in 2013-14, that person was at its peak of his career. He introduced the pop culture in India. That person was at top of it, doing all the shows, collaborating with big celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and Amitabh Bachchan, and everyone loved him. And suddenly, he just disappeared. Just disappeared for 5 years. Everyone was very worried where he was. Was he dead? Why did he quit? Why will a person quit after being at the top? After 5 years, when he came back, he said that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. He had a mental breakdown. It took him 5 years to recover from the mental breakdown he had. And that's the reason he told everyone that start focusing on your mental health. What he did was, he was doing everything he could. He was at the same time doing shows, at the same time he was producing music, at the same time he was doing a world tour, and he was not able to say no to anything. He was taking 2 to 3 hours sleep and ignoring this thing. Suddenly, he fell down. He had a mental disorder. So this is high time we realize, understanding this, that taking care of our mental health is very important. And it starts by very easy steps. Start taking 5 minutes break. If you are tired, take 5 minutes break. It's very normal. Even in our classes, when our lectures are over, we take 5 minutes break. That's very normal. So that our mind can regain what we have taken and then can move to the other thing. Start taking care of your fitness. When your body is good, your mind is good. I'm not talking about fitness mean only your body, your mind. And it's high time we realize that stress is actually a thing. So, concluding it, last thing I want to tell you is back to that backpack story. Choose wisely what stones, what things you want to put in your backpack. And remove the unnecessary things, unnecessary stones, which are just going to drag you away. Thank you, everyone.